I'm back.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodriguez for Black and White Live. We're going to talk about the Washington football team, or from where I come from, the Redskins, and one of their really good young players, Montez Sweat, as he's come out and made some comments about the Wuhan virus or the Kung Flu, the jab, okay, about getting the vaccine in order to come back and play for the Redskins. And, of course, players are not required to get it. But, and look, Mike Florio is right about one thing. When it comes down to last guys on the roster making the team, if you've got some guy that you're about to put on the practice squad that's been vaccinated versus the number 52 or number 53 guy on the roster that isn't vaccinated, there is a chance that dude is going to be cut, whether the league wants to come out and preach against that or not. There is a chance that behind the scenes, as a tiebreaker, unbeknownst to anybody but knownst to the team, that player could get cut for favor of somebody that's gotten the jab. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right, and I don't like it. I think people should be able to make, as adults, their own decision about whether or not they want a damn syringe going into their arm. Let's get to this article. It is from Fox News. Montez Sweat against Washington, persuading players to get the vaccine. I think that's his right to be against it. Coach Ron Rivera said his staff and team employees are fully vaccinated compared with nearly half of the players. Washington pass rusher Montez Sweat said Wednesday he doesn't support the team's attempt to persuade players to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Bravo, Montez Sweat. Sweat said he, quote, probably won't get vaccinated until he gets more facts and that type of stuff, but I'm not a fan of it at all. Asked what was causing his hesitancy, the 24-year-old said, I haven't caught COVID yet. I don't see me treating COVID until I actually get COVID. Unfortunately, Montez Sweat, that's not really how this works, but I get your point about getting vaccinated. Coach Ron Rivera said his staff and team employees were all fully vaccinated compared to nearly half the players. We're slowly getting more and more players vaccinated. It's a choice. They've got to make a choice. We're trying to stress the fact that if we can get to herd immunity, we'll really be able to get out there and enjoy things, so hopefully that'll happen. Washington brought in Harvard Dr. Kizmiki S. Corbett, oh my God, immunologist, to speak with the players Tuesday night about vaccines. Rivera said it was a good forum to discuss concerns. We're trying to gather as much information as possible, allowing the players to get as much information so they can make a choice and make a decision, Rivera said. The big thing is we've got to be able to facilitate opportunities for these guys to understand. There's a lot of messaging out there that they get off Twitter, and some of it is good and some of it is bad. It goes on to talk about Fauci. Good God. We're not even going into that turd, okay? On this channel, we're not going into it because don't get me started. Sweat said the team wants members to get vaccinated in order to remove travel and facility restrictions, adding, quote, but everybody has their own beliefs and they're entitled to their own decision. I absolutely agree. Washington is in the midst of mandatory minicamp after voluntary workouts that Sweat did not partake in. Last month, the NFL dropped a mask mandate for fully vaccinated players. We do think the players and our personnel are safer if they're vaccinated, Goodell said. I think that it's true throughout the country and throughout the world. Yeah, but how do we know what the actual vaccine may end up doing at some point? Look, and I'm not really here to focus on the vaccine, but the point is guys should be able to make their own choices about whether or not they want to get that vaccine, in my opinion. But you're seeing more and more businesses. Look, the government can come out and say, well, it's everybody's right and it's their choice. But no, it's not really if everywhere you're associated with is telling you have to have it. That's not really a choice now, is it? Okay, it's not. It's like saying, well, we're saying you don't have to have it, but we're going to cut you out of everything if you don't. Well, that's not much of a choice at all. Look, I applaud Montez Sweat. I don't think he knew fully what he was trying to say there, because you're not getting the vaccine once you got COVID. I would assume he has a pretty good idea by now that the vaccine is to prevent COVID, theoretically, right? Theoretically. And I'm not here to bash the vaccine. I'm not here to bash people that want to take it or not take it. I'm here to say it should be a choice, and I don't appreciate these employers trying to force it onto their workers to get vaccinated. Look, I believe it was a Houston hospital yesterday where I think a ton, maybe upwards of 100, something like that, medical workers walked out because they didn't want to get vaccinated. What does that say? What does that say when sometimes people in the medical community doesn't want to get vaccinated? And not just one or two, but a shit ton of them. That's understandable that a lot of people are wanting to be cautious. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.